What's going on, guys? Dan Mafia here with Mafia Fitness. In today's short clip, we're going to be going over warm-up and specifically focusing on the hips, okay? I'm doing this warm-up prior to a lower body strength session, but once again, this can be performed at any time, whether it just be to loosen up the body prior to a game or practice or a training session. A few focus points for today's warm-up will be improving the joint range of motion, improving the muscle flexibility, increasing the temperature of the muscle tissue, as well as physical and mental preparedness for the workout, practice, game, whatever it may be ahead, okay? So, to begin, we're gonna start in a kneeling position. You're gonna have all fours on the ground, hands down. What we're going to be doing from this quadruped position, it's called, is simply rocking back and forward. Slowly working into the hips. Now as we do all these exercises or drills, I don't want you to be stacking and getting sloppy with the movement. Press yourself away from the ground, brace your core, contract your abs, and focus on what's happening. From here, we're simply going to put one leg out to the side and focusing on the adductors and groin with the same rocking fashion. Foot flat on the ground, pushing yourself away, rock back and forth. Now you can do time reps for 30 seconds, 20 seconds, or you can find a number you want to go for. With this one, I usually choose 8 to 12. And following the adductor stretch, we're going to come into a tall kneeling position, hips forward, squeezing the glute of the planted knee, arms come out, and all we're going to do is do a hip swivel, open and close. Okay, moving from the hip swivel position, being tall, we're going to go back down to a quadruped position here. Press yourself away from the ground, squeeze the core. You're going to dorsiflex at the ankle and keep it 9 degrees with the hip and the knee. Out to the side, up and around and down. Once again, push away, brace the core, out to the side, up and around. Not rotating through the spine. So without the first group of exercises, our focus is joint mobilization, increasing the range of motion for the joint to move. And now another portion of mobility is strength. So we want to have strength and muscle activation around the joint that we just worked. So once again, we're going to start in a quadruped position, all fours. Kick one leg out to the side, and we're going to do an adductor lift off by raising the leg, holding it, and coming back down for 10 reps. So moving from the single leg adductor lift-offs, we're going to go back down to quadruped position, stay nice and tight, push yourself away from the floor, ankles dorsiflexed, and we're going to go into a bird dog. So opposite arm, opposite leg extends out, driving that heel to the wall, and come back in and switch. One thing to avoid is as you extend out, don't kick that leg back too far, as now we're just causing too much of the lumbar spine to curve. So stay nice and tight, reach apart. Nice straight line from the head all the way down to the heel. As we finish the bird dog, we're going to go into a single leg glute bridge. So lay flat on your back, tuck one knee in, drive out of the heel, hips to the sky. As we hit 10 per side in a single leg glute bridge, you're going to follow that up with a glute bridge. You're going to hold an isometric contraction in extension, and then alternate from heel tap to heel tap with opposite legs. Okay, that wraps up our joint mobilization in phase 1, muscle activation in phase 2, and now we're going to move to a more dynamic concept focusing on stability as well as activation working together throughout movement. Okay, so with this stability and activation portion, what you're going to need is a heavy duty red resistance band or a black one. You can get these from Amazon or, yours truly, Mafia Fitness. We'll begin in a half kneeling position with the outside leg furthest away from the wall, up. Inside arm pressing on the wall, slightly leaning in. Don't lean back too far and don't hinge forward too much. Just a nice neutral position. From here, eyes on the outside hand, open and close slowly, working on that thoracic extension as well as upper body activation. With this drill, be sure that this hand's planted and driving into the wall so we don't lift both of them off. Stay nice and stationary, engage the core, squeeze the ass cheek of the planted leg, and open. The second exercise in phase 3 will be a band X steps. Step both feet inside the band, about mid-foot where the arch is. Create an X, pull the band up nice and high. Band rests on the chest or just in front, elbows higher than the wrists. Spreading the band apart, slight bend in the knees, and step. And the third and final exercise for this warm-up here will be pogo hops to improve the elasticity within the muscle. Hands on the hips, and we're just jumping up and down. Beauty. And that's the video today for our warm-up as well as hip mobility. Going through 3 phases: joint mobilization, muscle activation, and then a dynamic activation with stability. Okay guys, have at it.